In this video, I will provide an overview of the POD Earnings Portal, which is used to report your earnings as a POD participant. This video will explain what the portal is and how it is used, the information you will need to report your earnings, and will provide a brief tour of what the earnings portal contains. This accompanies the video step-by-step instructions for using the POD Earnings Portal. The POD Earnings Portal offers a fast and secure way for you to submit your earnings information to the POD project, and we hope you find it to be the easiest way to submit your documentation monthly. POD participants are strongly encouraged to report their earnings if they have earnings greater than the POD threshold, which is $850 per month for 2018. POD participants are also encouraged to report their earnings if they previously reported earnings greater than the POD threshold, and now their earnings are now less than the threshold. Earnings should be submitted no later than the 6th day of the following month, and ideally as soon as all information is available. Timely reporting to POD will help reduce the occurrence of benefit adjustments to your SSDI check by SSA. You will need some information to report your monthly earnings using the POD Earnings Portal. First, you need your login ID and password. When you enroll in POD, a login ID and password for the portal are created for you. This information is based on your name as listed with SSA, your year of birth, and the last 4 digits of your Social Security number. Because these items are known to you, you will not be sent this information. On the login screen, information to help you with your login ID and password displays. Second, you will need your pay stubs of earnings for the month you are reporting. If you are self-employed, you need to know the estimated amount of net earnings from self-employment, but you do not need to submit any documentation. And third, you will need any receipts for impairment-related work expenses, called IRWEs for short, if applicable. If you are using a desktop or laptop computer to access the Earnings Portal website, your pay stubs and IRWE receipts must be in electronic format, such as a scanned image or a PDF file. These files must be on your computer so they can be uploaded during the process. If you are using a smartphone or tablet to access the Earnings Portal, you can take a picture of your documentation to submit with your earnings and IRWE information. Now that we have reviewed what you need to get started, let's look at the Earnings Portal. After you log in, the POD Earnings Portal page displays. At the top of the page, you will select the month and year being reported. It defaults to the current month and year. There are a few things to know about the reporting month and year. First, you cannot report any earnings prior to becoming a participant in POD. However, you will report all your earnings for the first month in which you enrolled in POD, even if you enrolled late in the month. For example, if you enrolled in POD on January 25th, you will still need to report all earnings paid to you in the month of January. Second, if you are reporting earnings for more than 1 month, you will complete all information for that month and then return to this form, select the other month and year, and then repeat the process. For example, if I need to report earnings for both February and March of 2018, I would complete the whole form for February, submit it, and then return to a new form and repeat the steps for March. In the Partial Information Indicator field, Yes can be selected if you need to submit 1 or more pay stubs that you previously forgot to submit for a given month. However, in most cases, you will wait until you have all the pay stubs for paychecks paid within the reporting month before you use the portal, and you will select No in this field. Notice here that there is a red asterisk next to this field. Anytime you see this next to a field, that means that field is required. At the top of the page, there is also a Clear Form button. If at any point you want to clear all the information you have entered and start over, click this button and it will empty any entries you have already made. In the next area of the page, you will enter information about your employer or employers if you have more than one, earnings, and upload your pay stubs. Self-employed participants will select Yes in the Self-Employed field. If you are not self-employed, select No and type your employer name. In the Gross Earnings Amount field, you will enter the gross earnings that display on your pay stub, not the net earnings. Gross earnings is the total amount paid by your employer before any deductions, such as taxes. SSA needs your gross earnings to calculate your SSDI benefit check. Continuing down the page, you will upload receipts for impairment-related work expenses. IRWIs are items or services that enable you to work. You must need the items or services to work because of a physical or mental impairment. To be considered an IRWI, you must also pay for the items or services yourself and must not be reimbursed by another source, such as Medicare, Medicaid, or private insurance carrier. If you need more information on what IRWIs are, you can access SSA's Red Book at ssa.gov/redbook. You may also get assistance from your pod counselor with IRWIs. Please note that if the total of all IRWIs is less than the IRWI minimum amount below, you shouldn't report on them. Continuing down the screen, there is a section for you to enter your phone number and the best times to reach you should any questions arise. You may optionally enter any comments about what you are reporting. Finally, there is a Submit button for you to click when you are done completing all of the information needed. This video gave an overview of the Pod Earnings Portal. We reviewed what the portal is and how it is used, the information you will need to report your earnings, and introduced the layout of the Earnings Portal. Please see the accompanying video step-by-step instructions for using the Pod Earnings Portal for a demonstration of how to report your earnings using the portal. Thank you for watching this video on reporting earnings for the Promoting Opportunity demonstration.